Welcome back, grubbers. It's a fine Saturday afternoon here in December, and are you ready for another scintillating episode of Garage Grubbing? I hope so. I'm not feeling all that scintillating today. I'm feeling very low energy, so I think what I'm going to do is keep this extremely simple, and it's going to be a one ingredient, maybe two if you round up, but pretty much one ingredient recipe. This is a potato, so russet. And I got it yesterday. It's pretty good. And it's washed it, you know, you gotta rinse it off, sand and stuff on it. We're gonna make air fryer French fries, fresh. They're fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. And they're ridiculously easy to make. All you need is a potato and a knife, a little spray oil, and your air fryer. And 20 minutes or so, and you got fresh, cut, chewy, crunchy French fries. Hard to believe without all the mess. And virtually no cleanup. Just wipe out the fryer and you're on to the next thing. Guy goes by like 6 times a day. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, so we'll get started real soon. Okay, first things first, the potato. And we need to cut it in uniform roughly quarter inch slices. And the trouble with the potato, of course, it's round. It wants to roll away from you. And if it gets away from you, you slice your finger off. It's not good. So what we're going to do is on one side, it doesn't matter which one, cut off what will become a couple of fries. So let's just take about, I would say, 1/4 of an inch here, and they're just going to cut that off. Okay, now guess what happens? You have a potato now, it doesn't roll away, and you have a couple fries. So let's do this in thirds, maybe quarters. Yeah, I think that's good. So there are your first fries. Okay, now there's this theory that when you make fresh cut fries, you need to throw them in ice water, and they say that's to rinse the starch off of them. That's what the experts say, and I've seen those recipes and read them and seen them in practice. But as potato, it's made out of starch. So how are you going to wash the starch off of something that's made entirely out of starch? I don't really understand that. Maybe it's something to do with sugar, but we do have a pan here of water, and I do this just more than anything to keep them from browning. So just throw them in the water for a little bit. And we're going to go back to slicing the tomato. I think that's a potato. See, I'm very low energy today. When a potato looks like a tomato, I probably ought to take a nap. So we're just going to do what we did a moment ago, and come back to that one in a minute. And, you know, I'm going to say quarter inch, something like that. Take your time. You know, it's fun to slice a potato. Watch your fingers. Okay, we're almost done with that part. When you get down to the end, it gets a little dicey, if you know what I mean. And we're going to do the same thing here we did a moment ago. Now, I see a little brown there, get rid of that. Okay, and once again, we're just going to try to cut these as uniformly as we can. Okay, and of course, in the water they go. So I'm going to do the same thing to all these. I'm not going to take you through the tedium. There's another spot we're going to get rid of the tedium, but just use your judgment on size. Shoestrings are tough, the real skinny ones, because they are really hard to cut. And you probably need some kind of apparatus, some kind of cutting machine, which I don't have in the garage here. Anyway, we'll come back here in a few minutes when they're all sliced up in the water. So just moments later, we have our they're not shoestring, we have our fries cut, and they're pretty uniform, and they're just rinsing here, and there's no time constraint. They're just rinsing until I can get them on my paper towel over here to let them dry a little bit. And we're going to do that here in a second. So what did we all do without paper towels? I have no idea how we functioned as a civilization. So we've got a paper towel down here, and what we're just going to do is pick up the newly cut russet potato, put these down here, just kind of spread them out a little bit. I'm not doing a very neat job, but that's not that important now because all we have to do is get them onto the paper towel and just move them around. And you know, we're just trying to get the excess water off. And then I got another paper towel, you see. Just pat them down here a little bit. They don't have to be bone dry, but they don't want to be, you don't want them puddling because then they steam too much. And that's not conducive to crispiness. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Okay, grubbers, the next step is to remove the paper towel underneath. So I'm just going to kind of pick it up and see what happens, and that's what happens. They all flew back into the pan. And I got my other paper towels. Just make sure I didn't miss any. They look pretty good, pretty dry. Okay, so you want to spread them out evenly here. Not because we're going to cook here, as you know, we're using the air fryer, not the toaster oven today. And we're going to do what we always do with pretty much everything. Let me get these out of here. What is that? That's a bit. Okay. A little oil. We'll spray oil. You know? And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of bounce them around. You know, try to get them to flip around a little bit. Yeah. So they get coated with the oil more uniformly. Lost one there. I'm just trying to get away. And we're going to give it another shot of oil here. I think that's good. Okay. We are off to a good start here, I think. Now, I'm not going to salt and pepper them now. I like to do that when they come out. And they're going to come out here pretty fast because we're going to put them in our air fryer for about 10 minutes on 400. And then we're going to check them. And you're going to see when we do that, that we're going to have to shake them a few times to toss them around. We're tossing them to, you know, again, create uniformity in their frying. That they're not frying, they're air roasting. I think that's probably a better description for an air fryer. Is an air roaster. We have to propose a name change there. So I think we're in good shape. I'm going to slide these over and get the air fryer basket out. And I'm going to go to the next step. So that's how hard this is. We did the hard part already. Now we just put them in the air fryer and toss them around a little bit. And I think, you know, it varies depending on the thickness, but 15 to 20 minutes max, we should be eating French fries. So let's just get them in the fryer. Just kind of aim them and push. There they go. There they go. Now, once you get them in, do spread them around a little bit. You do want some uniformity as best you can get it. You're not going to be able to spread them out equally because obviously there's not enough room. But that's pretty good if you can see that well. Yeah, that's going to be fine. So now we're going in the machine, and we're going to put it on 10 minutes, and we're going to come back and check them when the little bell rings on our air fryer. Of course, mine has a bell. If you have a good one, fancier one, you probably have a special touchpad and all kinds of electronic signals. But I just have a bell. But the bell works. It works every time. So a quick story while we're waiting for the first fry, quote, fry in the air fryer of our russet potatoes. I've been cooking in the garage for a while, and I would send out recipes for things that I thought my daughters would like to cook. And after a few years, they said, Dad, look, I get a text from you, I get 1,000 texts a day, emails, I can't even find these recipes. Can you just, why don't you set up a YouTube channel and just put it out there and then invite us, and then we can always go and get whatever recipes we want. And I thought, what the heck, it sounds like a good idea. Now, of course, I didn't know how hard it was going to be, but I found it was very easy. So that's what I did. And here's the story. So I put up my first recipe. What was it? It might have been air fryer kielbasa or tray bake or something. Doesn't matter. Within 30 seconds that I publish it, I have a comment and a subscriber. Now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is like huge. In 30 seconds, I already have a people viewing this recipe, and I'm thinking this is gonna go, like viral. I'm gonna be the next YouTuber. Oh, it's huge. It's gonna be huge. So I look at the comment. It's in Russian, and it's something about Russian dating online. So within another 20 minutes, I got another 2 or 3 comments. They're in Russian, and it's about online dating Russian women. So needless to say, I was rather deflated, and so I didn't go viral. And UPS guy, busy time of year. Anyway, short story, we're gonna be checking these fries in about 3 minutes. We'll be right back. Oh, there's our favorite sound. So we're gonna pull open the drawer here in a second. It's like, I like the bell. It's kind of like Pavlov's dog theory. I don't know if that's what you call it, but the dog was trained after a while. It would be, the stimulus, which was, I think it was a bell, would generate the response of hunger, and he would eat. And it's kind of like this. I know that when the bell rings, there's a response required, and all I have to do is figure out what the response is. And I'm standing next to the air fryer. It's got to be something to do with the air fryer, right? Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And there we go. They're coming along, and what to do is just shake them up. Just give them a good shake. Oh yeah, looking good. And I'm gonna give them another 10 minutes, and we will be back to taste. Yeah, I think 10 should be nice. And you can, of course, go longer if you want them really, really fried. You can pull them right now and eat them. They're cooked. But I like them pretty crunchy and brown. So we'll see. In 10 minutes, we'll see how we do. Oh, there's that sound. It's promoting a response. Let's see if opening the air fryer is the suitable response. Oh my God! Look at that. Are you kidding me? Look at those. Those are beautiful. Beautiful. Now all you have to do, a little salt, not a lot, a little pepper. Now they're so extraordinarily hot. Extraordinarily hot. So let's not dip in yet. But see that? That's because you have crisp, fresh, homemade russet fries. Now if you make homemade fries in oil, it's a funny thing. If you don't double fry them, they come up mushy. If you've ever had the iconic, legendary In-N-Out burger, no one brags about the fries. And you know why? Because they literally, oh, those are nice. They literally just chop them up like you saw me do with a machine. It's a hand French fry cutter thing. And they just throw them in the oil. And the problem with that is, and they don't take the time to double fry them. So what you end up with, you end up with a fresh, tasty potato fry, no question. But they're mushy. They're mushy. They're not crisp, and that's the beauty of the air fryer. Listen to that. Listen to that. Okay, now I'm tempted here. Still hot. That was 10 and 10. You want to make them browner, less brown, just modify the second cook. But make sure you pull the drawer open and do a shake. And you can do that more than once or twice. You can shake them every 3 minutes if you want. You don't have to. But let's stop the quick talking. Let's taste one of these things. Okay, grubbers, this is it. Always comes down to the taste in the end. So let's pick up a few of these babies, and look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? Let's see if they meet the crunch test after this car goes by. Move along. Nothing here. Oh. I mean, my gosh. I mean, why doesn't In-N-Out Burgers get a bunch of air fryers and give people a decent fry with those fantastic burgers? Come on, chewy, crunchy. I'm telling you, unreal. It's a potato, a knife, a little bit of spray oil. And you know what? I was feeling kind of low energy early on, but I have to tell you, I'm feeling a little bit better right now. Oh, these are fantastic. They don't sound like that, they're not good fries. So I'm gonna nibble on a few more of these. A little more salt. Outstanding. Grubbers, thanks for visiting. I hope this was another scintillating episode, and hopefully there are many more to come. I just gotta find more good things to cook in my garage. Take care. Adios.